Alright, let's talk about the absolute train wreck that January 2026 is shaping up to be. And I mean that in the best possible way. Imagine a month so stacked that Crunchyroll's servers don't just crash, they literally turn to dust and float away on the wind. We're re-looking at a schedule where three absolute Goliaths of the industry are dropping so close together that the fabric of anime spacetime is about to tear itself apart. You remember the 2020 lockdown season, when we were all trapped indoors, scraping the bottom of the seasonal barrel for anything that moved. Yeah, this ain't that. This is the anime studios looking down on us and saying, you know what? Let's just give them everything. This isn't just another big season. It's a full-blown singularity event, a clash of titans that's going to completely rewrite what we think a stacked season even means. And look, this isn't your typical season where one big show, like I dunno, Attack on Titan, just sucks all the oxygen out of the room. We've been there, done that. No, this is a goddamn perfect storm. You've got your shonen, brainrot addicts, your Sedelf fantasy connoisseurs, and your I-love-it-when-cute-girls suffer psychological horror fans, all converging on the exact same month, ready to go to war for their favorite. We're getting Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, Season 2, and the new Madoka Magica movie, Valpurgis Not Rising, all practically at the same damn time. Any one of these could carry a year, let alone a season. But all three together. They're not just gonna break the anime internet, they're gonna atomize it. So today, we're gonna dissect why this lineup is so absurdly stacked, what each of these behemoths brings to the fight, and why you might as well tell your boss you're entering a 4-week coma, because your social life, it's already dead. First up, let's talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, the Culling Game arc. If you thought MAPPA went hard for Shibuya, turning it into a weekly dose of pure, unadulterated sakuga and emotional trauma, oh, you sweet summer child. The Culling Game is Shibuya, on bath salts. It's a battle royale, with a rule set so convoluted it makes a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel look like tic-tac-toe. This is where the story gets weird, the stakes get impossibly high, and the line between hero and villain basically gets erased with a giant, cursed energy-fueled middle finger. For years, manga readers have been waiting for anime-onlys to experience this arc. It's the one that didn't just top sales charts in Japan. It became a genuine phenomenon because of its sheer, relentless what-the-fuck-just-happened pacing. And you know MAPPA isn't gonna phone it in. They're reportedly keeping the same psychopaths who storyboarded Shibuya's most iconic fights. So you can expect movie-quality animation on a weekly basis, probably powered by the souls of their animators. And to make things even more ridiculous, they're dropping a Shibuya theatrical compilation movie in November 2025. Just to remind everyone of the pain and get the hype train screaming into the station at full throttle, before Season 3 even begins. It's a masterclass in building hype. Then, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you have the quiet nuke that is Frieren Beyond Journey, SN Season 2. If JJK is a line of coke, Frieren is a warm cup of tea, laced with existential dread. Season 1 was the show that nobody saw coming, right? It didn't have massive explosions or edgy fights. It just had an elf slowly learning how to feel feelings, and it somehow sold a bazillion Blu-rays and made the entire internet collectively weep over the concept of time. It was a masterpiece of quiet, devastating storytelling. Season 2 is set to pick up right after the first-class mage exam, taking us deeper into the northern lands, which, as manga readers know, is where some of the most beautifully heartbreaking moments live. You thought Stark's backstory was rough. You have no idea what's coming. Madhouse is back, and they apparently giving their background artists an unlimited budget to make every single frame look like a goddamn Renaissance painting. They're even bringing in a full orchestra this time, just to make sure those quiet, reflective moments hit you with the force of a truck. In a season that's going to be defined by noise and chaos, Frieren is the quiet, contemplative monster that will have everyone talking about how an anime about an elf picking herbs made them question their entire existence. And then there's the white whale, the one we'd all given up on. The fourth Madoka Magica movie, Valpurgis Not Rising, finally dropping in February 2026. For 11 years, we've been stuck with Rebellion's absolutely mind-breaking, what the hell just happened ending. There are people who watched that movie in middle school who now have PhDs and mortgages. And they're still waiting for closure on Homura's Galaxy Brain Satanic Redemption arc. And who's back on the script? None other than Gen the Urobuchi himself, which means you can bet your ass this isn't going to be a happy ending. Studio Shaft has kept the plot so secret that Fort Knox looks like an open house. But we know what to expect. Those signature whiplash-inducing head tilts, visuals that look like a German expressionist film threw up on a magical girl anime, and a story that will make you feel empty inside. You know the Shaft special. It's a worldwide day one theatrical release, so you won't be able to log on to Twitter, or X, or whatever the hell it's called, without getting spoiled instantly. Seriously, if you've been sleeping on Madoka Magica, you have until February to fix your life because the moment this movie drops, the internet is going to become a psychological minefield of magical girls suffering, and you're gonna want to know why everyone is screaming. So, let's have a quick reality check. Which of these 3 biblical events are you clearing your schedule for? Are you on Team JJK for the Sakagathas beatdowns, Team Frieren for the soul-crushing feels, or Team Madoka for the decade into making mindfuck? Let me know in the comments which cult you belong to. Okay? And just when you thought it was safe to go outside, January 2026 says, hold my beer, because we're not just getting those 3. Oh no, we're also getting Oshi no Ko Season 3, to continue its dark, twisted takedown of the entertainment industry. We're getting Hell's Paradise Season 2, because MAPPA clearly had some spare blood and guts lying around, and Fire Force is coming back to wrap up its entire story. We're talking 5 massive sequels in about 4 weeks. This isn't just a stacked season. It's a clown car of blockbuster anime, and they just keep piling out. The industry itself is already bracing for impact. UVA got Crunchyroll and Netflix openly talking about upgrading their servers just so the whole platform does untemplode. Merch vendors in Akihabara report that pre-orders are triple what they were a few years ago. Even American cinemas, which usually treat anime movies like a weird cousin they only see at holidays, have 10 event releases scheduled for that window. This isn't just us, weebs getting hyped on the internet. This is the money talking. The entire industry is looking at this month like it's the goddamn apocalypse. But here's the real kicker. Here's why this whole thing is so galaxy-brained. Normally, a season has one king. Demon Slayer's Entertainment District arc owned everything. Attack on Titan's finale was the only thing anyone could talk about for months. These shows become the topic. But winter 2026 splits the attention 5 ways. And here's the genius part. They don't cancel each other out. They feed each other. JJK brings in the mainstream shonen crowd. Frieren pulls in the I'm too good for shonen prestige fantasy audience. Madoka activates the decade-old sleeper cell of 2010's fans. It creates this perfect ecosystem of hype. The streaming algorithms are going to have a field day. Imagine, you finish an episode of JJK, your brain is pure adrenaline mush, and Netflix immediately goes, hey, ... You seem like someone who'd enjoy watching an elf have a quarter-life crisis for 20 minutes. And suddenly, a shonen fan is watching Frieren. They're creating gateway drugs for different genres. The industry is calling it a halo effect, but what it really is anime's Avengers Endgame moment. Except it's not a 3-hour movie, it's a whole goddamn season of non-stop top-tier anime that's going to lift the entire industry, from manga sales to merch, creating a massive, sustained wave of hype that we've genuinely never seen before. So yeah, we've had good seasons, we've had great seasons, but we have never seen a concentration of pure, unadulterated, high-quality anime like this, all at once. This isn't just a wave. It's a tsunami of legacy sequels, critical darlings, and decade-defining moments all smashing together. So mark your calendars, tell your loved ones goodbye, and for the love of God, preemptively apologize to your sleep schedule, because it's not surviving this. So what's it gonna be? Are you ready for the Culling Game's brutal death match, Frieren's next session of televised therapy, or Homura's final descent into madness? Let me know. Subscribe if you want to see me lose my mind covering all this weekly, and I'll see you all in the smoldering crater. That will be the January 2026 anime season. It's gonna be a beautiful disaster.